Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Institution of Global Professionals free webinar. Thank you all for joining with us and please stay with us till the end. My dear lovely participants, I'm your host. I'm from Bangladesh, myself, Nasrin Nisha, and I'm very honored and privileged to associated with IGP globally. It's my delight to welcome all of you to our Institution of Global Professionals free webinar. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for joining. Today is a very marvelous and very lovely day. My dear participants, my humble request to all of you, please share this webinar to your friends, to your family, and your lovable person. You can also mention and tag them in this webinar. So, this is a very lovely day to have you all with us, and I hope once again I want all of you till the end with me here. My dear lovely friends, let me introduce about IGP. IGP serves students and community resource, providing holistic social work and education for profession generation. IGP also leading on online skill development institute with thousands of learners worldwide. We make it get at able to use for every knowledge seeker to originate personally, more ambitious, make confident to face any circumstance and develop own skills. We are entrusted with international recognition. Institute of Global Professional is an educational institution provides social work. We believe that it's not effective to increase one's skills just by acquiring formal education. So, we provide effective training and consultation to generate profession generation all over the world. We organize our webinar, training, offline, online courses, etc. by best and trained speakers, coaches from all over the world to create a best learning platform for all of you. Our mission is to empower people and enhance. We have already completed 500 webinar. This is our 501 webinar. I'm presenting value alignment, motivation, and organizational dynamics. This is our 501 number webinar. Welcome you all. Today we have two honorable speakers with us from Philippines. So let's welcome our first speaker.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Good
Yes,
evening.
ma'am.
Good
Good
evening,
evening.
ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
How are you, ma'am?
It's fine. I'm okay.
I hope that our participants get their what can I say? It's like uh, they can enrich their knowledge from from your presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
And I hope that everyone will stay till the end with us.
Sure, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, we are on live, ma'am. Not
Yes,
yet.
ma'am.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, we are live.
So, I'm going to present my PowerPoint, ma'am. Not yet.
Okay.
We're going to start, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. Just tell me if am I successful?
Ma'am, make it
Yes.
full screen, please. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, here it is.
Okay. Am I going to
Okay,
start,
ma'am.
ma'am?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Um, Good evening, world. Okay, I am tasked actually now to to talk about value alignment for prosperity. That's under the topic of value alignment, motivation, and organizational dynamics. Okay, here is it. Um, Again, good evening to one and all present in this webinar. I am Jocelyn Pundavela. I am a life coach and trainer with a strong leadership background. I am committed to helping others to manage change and transition smoothly. I worked before with corporate government and team coaching and development. I am a professor at the same time, a licensed professional teacher, also a registered psychometrician, author, writer, and a youth formator. And aside from that, I'm also a guidance coordinator at this point in time. So much for that. Hello once again, IGP. This is my third time in this platform. I would like to thank Sir Koshik Data for believing in me from time to time. Okay, so let me proceed my presentation. As you can see on the slide, am I ready? The question is, am I ready? Am I prepared to conquer the world? Am I equipped to face the real world? These are the questions we often ask ourselves when we are to start a new chapter of our life or our lives. In this session, we are, of course, to align the values needed for a prosperous life. Again, let's ask our inner self, am I ready? Before we start, we need to ask ourselves, what is value? Of course, from the slide, value, one of the meanings from Google, a person's principles or standards of behavior, one's judgment of what is important in life. Values also are basic and fundamental beliefs that guide or motivate attitudes or actions. It also values are individual beliefs that motivate people to act one way or another. So they serve as a guide for human behavior. So I gave you the meaning. They help us, to determine what is important to us. Values describe the personal qualities we choose to embody to guide our nations or actions. The sort of person we want to be, the way we treat ourselves and others, and our interaction with the world around us. They provide general guidelines for conduct. Values also, in a narrow sense, is that which is good, desirable, or worthwhile. Values are the motive behind purposeful rather action. So they are the ends to which we act and come into many forms. Personal values are personal beliefs about right and wrong. Remember that. And may or may not be considered moral. We also consider cultural values are values accepted by religions or societies and reflect what is important in each context. Values are essential to ethics. So ethics is what concerned with human actions and the choice of those actions. Ethics evaluate those actions and the values that underlie them. It also determines which values should be pursued and which shouldn't. Generally, values has been taken the main moral ideas, general conceptions or orientation towards the world or sometimes simply interests, attitudes, preferences, needs, sentiments, and dispositions. But sociologists use this term in a more precise sense to mean the generalized and which has the connotation of rightness, goodness, or inherent desirability. Okay. So those are the meanings and explanation of values. What does value alignment means? Again, what does value alignment mean? Value alignment is an emergent property in organizations that have a critical mass of people with a common language of values and clarity about how their personal values or personal vision, mission, and goals align with the desired values, or at the same time, mission and vision and goals of the organization. Okay, so are you aware of the world issues? Okay, the world has several issues, right? But luckily, it also has organizations and individuals really ready um, to combat them every step of the way. The following is a list of I have actually 10 biggest issues in the world we face today. One is the imminent progress. So the biggest issues in the world are critical but not insurmountable. Many have seen concrete progress over the past few decades, and all of them have the attention of different groups and organizations working to improve them. Continued awareness and effort can ensure these issues have a smaller impact on the world in the future. So I have here 10 rather, as I have said. One, as you can see, is what? Poverty. What are the challenges that we encounter in aligning our values? We can tell that, as I have said, that issues in our society played a big role in aligning our values. It has a great effect on us, especially we're living on a diverse and challenged world. As I've said, one is poverty. So more than 70% of the people in the world owns less than $10,000, or roughly 3% of total wealth in the world. Geographically, the story is similar. A lack of global emphasis on foreign aid, conflict, and political factors have kept poverty as a driving factor. So in the last 2 decades, however, things have started to improve. The middle class has doubled in size from 7 to 13%. Oh, that's a reality. For number two, we have what we call religious conflict and war. So political conflict has drastically increased over the years. Terrorism and the rise of religiously motivated insurgent groups have forced the hand of several governments. As a result, defense depending around the world has risen steadily since 1995 to $1.7 trillion. Imagine. While terrorism may be on the rise, the good news is that diplomacy and peace efforts have decreased the number of civil wars and interstate conflicts around the world from 16 per 100,000 to about 1 per 100,000. Okay, for number three, we have political polarization. Political polarization has skyrocketed with the rise of social movements across the world. States have experienced internal strife from events such as Brexit or the U.S. election of President Donald Trump. PW claims that the U.S. Specifically has what become more polarized than ever. Since 2004, the U.S. has reportedly seen a rise in political partisanship. Bipartisan groups and organizations such as the Bipartisan Policy Center have been actively working to promote a more collaborative political arena. So we have number four. So government accountability. Throughout the world, political scandals have led to a distrust of government, specifically in the U.S. Report says only a third of Americans trust the government to do what is right. Advancement in technology and China's new surveillance policy do not help. Skepticism on such issues has led to what? Rise in social movements. See, we have been key in influencing policy. In terms of education, which is supposed to be our number five, while education has significantly improved in the last century, there remains a lot of work to be done. Inequality between what genders in specific parts of the world has emerged as a large part of the question. The Malala Fund, remember, if you know that, the Malala Fund reports 130 million girls across the world lack proper access to schooling, really, and actively addresses these issues through advocacy. See, that's one of the issues. Of course, we have number six, food and water. Currently, in nine people, 1 in 9 people lack access to clean water across the world, and the same ratio are malnourished. The emergence of new the emergence of new technology in agriculture and increased awareness, however, has improved conditions. Several organizations, such as the World Health Organization, are addressing the issue on the ground and through political influence. To proceed, we have number seven, health in developing nations. I hope am I making sense no now. Okay, health in developing nations. So statistics has widely shown that aside from malnourishment, access to clean and affordable living condition has lagged in the developed world. Expectancy in developing nation is on average 14 years behind developed nations. Overall health, however, has increased over the years thanks to organizations such as the World Health Organizations, the WHO. Okay, so for our number eight, we have the credit access. So one of the driving factors in continued poverty is the lack of access to credit. Without stable financial services, it becomes difficult for developing nations to grow at a what? Sustained rate economically. Really. So studies show that access to credit can what? Improve economic prospects. Of course, for our number nine is discrimination. So discrimination covers a wide breed of issues and takes several forms. So recently, considering new social movements, it has garnered more attention. Wage gap issues. Here in the Philippines, yes, we have that. Wage gap issues. Income inequality, we have here also in the Philippines. Education, premiums, and other problems have appeared at the forefront of what? Social movements. These actually movements have shown promise for change. The Me Too movement, or the number Me Too movement, if you know that, has brought several employers to justice. And the last, we have the physical fitness, no? Obesity. Yan has become a global issue. The lack of physical fitness programs and extracurricular have created significant issues that could affect future health. So recently, the number has exceeded 39%. 39% of individuals around the world being overweight and 13% being obese. Efforts by the government and even the media have started to turn the tide. Professional organizations such as the NFL have implemented Play 60 programs to emphasize uh, nutrition and fitness from a young age. Okay, those are the three biggest issues in the world. I hope you bear with me till the end. Okay, so to proceed, we have other factors affecting our values nowadays. So I think one of the factors are what? Mm, our COVID-19, our coronavirus. Yes, yes. So the COVID-19 pandemic changed most people's day-to-day life, right? So it seems like our behaviors also underwent change. But what about core core aspects of who we are as individuals? So did our because of this COVID, did our values change too? Values are life goals, defining what we want to achieve, such as being kind to others, having independence, success, or safety of one's nation or loved ones. Sorry, sorry. People usually know other values and stick with them over time. But what happened in the current crisis? Researchers have argued that values refer to goals that serve as guiding principle in people's life. According to actually to according to Swartz, distinguish 10 distinct basic motivational human value orientations. These values are clustered into four value domains. Sorry, I have sick today actually. But the show must go on. I was tasked to discuss this to you by our sir Koshik Data, no? Sorry, bear with me. I hope I can manage to finish all this talk no over this period. As I have said, Swartz distinguishes 10 distinct basic motivational human value orientation. So these values are clustered into four value domains. We have self transcendence, which is what we call universalism and benevolence. So this refers to the tendency to transcend self interest to promote the well being of others. On the contrary, self enhancement, which is what we call the power and achievement, refers to the tendency to favor personal interests to the detriment rather of those of others. And we have conservation, conservation, our tradition, conformity, security, that consist in favoring stability and preserving traditional practices. And then finally, sorry, let me continue. Finally, openness to change like hedonism, simulation, and we have self-direction is also characterized by an orientation towards change and independence. Okay, to proceed. Sorry. So people, variably respond to a global change in their in their beliefs. So behaviors and griefs associated with losses incurred. People that are less likely to believe in climate change or adopt pro what you call environmental behaviors or report ecological grief as are assumed to have different psycho cultural orientations and do not perceive changes in an environmental condition or any impact upon themselves. So we test these assumptions within the context of the Great Barrier Reef, or what we call the GBR. This is a region currently experiencing significant climate change, impacts in the form of coral reef bleaching, and increasingly severe cyclones. So sad, right? We develop knowledge of environmental cultural services with the Environmental Schwartz Value Survey. This is the ESVS, well, into four human value orientations that can explain the individuals, environmental beliefs and behaviors. We have the biospheric example of this, our concern for environment, and we have altruistic, the concern for others and intrinsic values. And then we have the egoistic, our concern for personal resources, and hedonic values, our concern also for pleasure, comfort, aesthetic, and spirituality. Using face-to-face quantitative survey techniques where 1,934 residents were asked to agree or disagree with a range of statements on a scale of 1 to 10. We investigate people's environmental values and value orientations. So perceptions of environmental conditions and perceptions of impact on self. We show how, sorry, sorry, let me pause. We show how, oh, okay, sorry. So I can see the, sorry for the, I can take the reminder. Okay, because I have 40 slides. I have said I want to finish all this. No, hurry. As I as I have discussed, we show how they relate to the following climate change responses. One, beliefs of a global and local scale. So we have two, participation in the pro-environmental behaviors, and three, levels of grief associated with ecological change as measured by respective single survey questions. Results suggest that biospheric rather, and altruistic values influence all climate change responses. So egoistic values were only influential on grief responses. Perception of environmental change also was important in influencing beliefs and grief. And perceptions of impact on self were only important in influencing beliefs. No, this result suggests that that environmental managers could use people's environmental value orientations to what influence climate change responses. So more effectively, toward environmental stewardship and sustainability, communication that target or encourage altruism through understanding and empathy. Uh, we have also the biospherism through what information and climate change impact on the environment, and egoism through what, excuse me, through emphasizing the benefits, health, and well-being derived from a natural resource in good condition could work. So much for the climate change. I think my body is also changing. Sorry for the inconvenience of listening. Allow me still to continue. Okay, does values contribute to well-being? How does value contribute to well-being? So being aware of our values and living our lives in accordance with them has a drastically beneficial effect on our well-being. So it makes us feel better and makes us more resilient to stress. No matter what its immediate cause might be, it works the other way around too. Okay. So does value really contribute to our well-being? Okay. So I would like you to give at least a breathe for now. We'll have to I am going to set you a games, no? Okay. So let's have games first, no? To to enlighten more of your um understanding on values. Okay. So here is my game for number 1. Okay. I hope the world is watching my discussion. I hope they can cooperate now with this game. Okay, I have here 4 picks, 1 word. Okay, is there anyone who can answer that? Okay, I think from the audience. Okay, you are correct in saying that. That is value. Okay, I have another game for you. So let us guess, everyone from the world. What is your answer? Yes, if your answer is what growth, you are correct. Okay. So let's have another game. Okay. Can you guess what is that? That is, yes, correct. That is what? Respect. This one. Can you can you answer this one? So you have there, you are correct in answering that as what? Success. There, success. Okay. This one, can you guess? If the world answer is what? Start, you are correct. Okay, start. Let's start. Okay. So for the last guess, can we hear the world saying what? That is what? A goal. Ayan, goal. So the correct answer, thank you for cooperating with me with my game. So that is goal. Okay. So as I have said, that's part of breathing exercise for my topic. So let us continue. What's next? Discussing the different challenges. So we are now facing the might affect. We are now facing that might affect our values. Now, as I have said, what's next? How can we really align our values to achieve prosperity? As I have said, my topic is about alignment for value alignment for prosperity that is in line with the topic value alignment, motivation, and organizational dynamics. Because we have two speakers now. As I have said, what's next? No? How can we really align our values to achieve prosperity? So we need to have what? We need to have there. We need to have a concrete plan in aligning our values. But how do we do it? We must have a roadmap for our goals. Our life goals will also determine what values do we need to achieve it. It is our guide to have an active life that we all dreamed of. A life which more positivity and less toxicity. Again, a life which more having more positivity and less toxicity. Okay? Next, for us to achieve our goal, we must have the following values. According to Justin Aldridge, we need 20 values in life that will lead you to happiness and success. Happiness and success, are things we naturally long for. So the thought of having as much of both as possible is exciting. The good news is we can all maximize our happiness and success by tapping into our values in life. That's right. I'm telling you this. Your values is life directly impact the amount of happiness and success you create in your life. Of course, I have a list of some of the most important values in life that will allow you to maximize how much of you create. As I've said, the values. I have here actually 20. I hope I can still make it. Given my golden voice now, no, I hope I can deliver the 20, as I have said, important values that at the end of the day, you will bear with you coming from the Philippines. Okay. Number one, seek growth over perfection. You've heard it said before that there is no such thing as perfection, right? Well, there's a reason people say it so much because it's true. One of the biggest things that hold people back from achieving greater level of happiness and success is their desire for perfection. But there's a fact for you seeking perfection rather is just another form of what? Procrastination. Oftentimes, our pursuit of perfection is rooted in our fear of judgment from others. The longer you make perfection, the goal you are seeking, the longer you will continue to hold yourself back. If you want to increase your levels of happiness and success quickly, shifts your focus to growth rather than perfection. When growth becomes the standard, your definition of success will change and you'll start to experience more of it. Number two, there's no such thing as failure. Happiness and success are seemingly the opposite of failure. But what if failure didn't exist? Well, while that many that that may initially seem like a stretch, it really is possible for failure not to exist in your life. So a big separator between highly successful people and unsuccessful ones is that people who achieve at higher levels tend to be better at reframing failure. For most people, failure is a negative thing, but for high achievers, failure is reframed to be a positive learning experience of what not to do. If you find yourself constantly fearing failure, learn to reframe it, and you'll notice immediate increases in your levels of happiness and success. Okay? So I have here number 3. Success is, subjective. One of the greatest values in life is learning that success is supposed to be subjective, meaning um, it is what you make it to be. One of the greatest causes of self loathing and lack of fulfillment is chasing the wrong definition of success. We have fallen into a pattern of believing that there is some standard definition of what success means, which is what? Typically financially focused. Again, which is financially focused. Therefore, it becomes very easy for us to fall victim to comparison, thinking that someone else is more successful than we are. Sorry, simply because they are overperforming us on this standard scale. The problem with this perspective of success is that we all value different things. While money may be a determinant of success, some people see time freedom or some other metric as success. See, if you want to, sorry, if you want a surefire way to achieve more happiness and success, learn to start writing your own definitions of what both happiness and success rather mean to you, and pursue those. Success is personally defined, as in my slide. So in my number form, values that you need to bear in mind, again from the Philippines, patience really is a virtue. Lost and the chaos and shuffle of our, go hyperachievement focus society and the value of patience. We want it all and we want it now. So but life doesn't always work that way. While you will certainly have some quick wins and successes, if you stick with it, that's not the norm. Okay? So have your number 5. Have integrity in all things. One of the most impactful lessons I've learned growing up was your word is sorry, excuse. Your word is your word. Those simple yet profound words set the tone for how I went about dealing with both myself and others throughout my life. When you are an upstanding person who has strong integrity, you become the type of person people want to associate with. Being able to build this stronger relationship opens you up to find greater levels of success and happiness in your life. Let me clear that patience doesn't mean just sitting around and waiting for success and happiness to find you. High achievers take massive amounts of actions to achieve the success they desire, actually. So, but the joy really is the journey. Again, the joy really is the journey, and patience is a necessary part of crafting a life you love. When you mix patience with calculated actions, you set, yourself up for great amounts of happiness and success. See, I have number 6, take responsibility. I'm on my way. I'm still kicking. I'm still defending and struggling with my voice. Thank you for, listening still. So I'm on my number 6. Take responsibility. Personal power is essential for livings. It says there. It starts with you. Again, personal power is essential for living a life of abundance and joy. Or said differently, if you want to live a life of happiness and success, you have to learn to take responsibility. Personal responsibility is the key that unlocks personal power. So many people are walking around rather with a victim mindset, believing that life is happening to them. By choosing to have a victim mindset, a person is essentially admitting that they are powerless to control the circumstances of their life. On the other hand, by taking personal responsibility for your life in all areas, as I've said, you are unlocking your power to change it for the better. So if you want to enjoy more success, and happiness, the value the value of personal responsibility must be present in your life. Come next. As I've said in my said before, you're ready. Good things happen when we start before we're ready. By Stephen Pressfield. So much time is wasted in life trying to get our ducks in a row. Going back to the first value listed above, because we live with fears of things like failure and the judgment of others, we tend to wait until things are perfect. But again, perfection is not real. The people who achieve more and create more happiness and success in their lives are the ones who, you know, greatly understand the value of starting before you're ready. Because the truth is, you're never going to truly be ready. So just start. Just start. Okay. For our number 8, run towards fear. In the prophetic words of Jack Canfield, remember, everything you want is on the other side of fear. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. Many of the values in life listed here and the activities rather required to, achieve greater levels of success and happiness required require one to face their fears. As Tony Robbins once said, that the moment something scared him, he knew he was on the right track and was meant to do that thing. Fear is a necessary part of life. It helps keep us alive and well. However, it does not need to control you and rid you uh, of a life of happiness and success. So in fact, if you want to live that kind of life, take note from Tony and start running towards your fear, or start running towards your fears. Okay? Keep on listening. Keep number 9. We are on number 9. Keep your circle small. I just want to remind you of this. Now, as we grow older, we try to have limited friends, right? In many areas of life, the old wisdom quality over quantity is true. Your circle of I just want you to remember this. Your circle of influence is one of those areas. As Jim Ron, if you know him, so famously said, you become the average of the sad 5 people you spend the most time with. Limit to 5 people you spend the most of your time with. That means, your social circle will significantly impact your happiness, success, and life overall. Sad 5. But, keep your circle small. That's one values that I would like to bear with you, to give with you today from again the Philippines. So if you want to, more happiness and success in your life, you have to surround yourself with people who are happy and successful. Oftentimes, we allow people who value different things than us into our lives, and it negatively impacts our results. To prevent that from happening, you can, keep your circle again small. Sorry, you keep your circle small and be very selective about who is it or who is in it. Life is too short to spend it in the company of people who don't lift you up. Again, life is too short to spend it in the company of people who don't lift you up and aid you in achieving what you desire. Spend time with people who share your values in life. So, we are on our number 10. Be curious. Growing up, I frequently heard the words, curiosity killed the cat. Regardless some of my siblings and my endeavors and exploits, as it pertained to those lessons, curiosity, probably wasn't the greatest thing. However, for life in general, the value of curiosity is something that is so important to creating a life of happiness and success. Curiosity sparks creativity and innovation. It, allows us to discover things about ourselves and life that we otherwise wouldn't know. I like to say that curiosity didn't kill the cat. Curiosity is what allowed the cat to discover the lion within. If you want, more success and happiness, the value of curiosity is going to play a big part in that journey. So for our number 11, say no more often. This is another, coming from the Philippines, values that I would like to give you this today. Say no more often. Time is our most valuable resource. Unlike most other things, it is, one resource we can never get more of. But if we're being honest, most people use their time as if they have an endless supply of it. Because of that, we must, learn to treat our time with more respect than we do. Again, we must learn to treat our time with more respect than we do. That's when the power of no comes into play. And that short but mighty word is the ability to take, back control of your time. We spend so much of our time doing things we don't really enjoy, doing various reasons. By doing that, people set themselves up for a life they don't truly enjoy and one lived on other people's terms. So, take an inventory of your life. Again, take an inventory of your life and evaluate where you're wasting or giving your time away. If it is an area that is not truly a need or, one that fulfills you and brings you closer to the life you want to live, then say no to it. See, happiness as a choice for our number 12. Believe it or not, happiness is a choice. Aside from medical issues that may cause a lack of happiness, the people who are not happy in life are the way they that the are what that way because they choose to be or they choose to be. The decisions you make about what to spend your life doing and to spend your life with directly impact your level of happiness. But at the end of the day, whether you're happy comes down to whether you choose to be happy or not. Whether you choose to be happy or not. Each day, you wake up, you get to make a simple choice. Am I going to choose happiness today or not? Choose wisely. It's like voting. Okay, choose wisely. Be present for our number 13. Stop and smell the roses. Sadly, we live in achievement-focused society. Again, we live in an achievement-focused society where everyone's striving to get to the next level. Well, that may be what bold well for creating an abundance of life in life. It also tends to come at the expense of your ability to be present. There is a reason for saying like Stop and smell the roses. It's because we are meant to enjoy this life that we have with the people who are most valuable to us, with the people who are most valuable to us, important to us. Like I mentioned earlier, we can never get our time back. So if you want more happiness and success, learn to value being present more often or more often. Okay, for our number 14, seek discomfort, no pain, no gain. As a self-proclaimed gym rat and athlete, I embrace the mantra, no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain. Early on in my sports days, that's what's during my elementary days. But now I changed my life. As I have gotten older, I've realized that saying applies to more areas in life than just the gym. I've also realized that there's great truth in the saying that to be successful, one must become what? Comfortable being uncomfortable. What does it mean? Just like trying to accomplish a physical fitness goal requires you to what? To put your body in a constant state of discomfort. Achieving any goal in life requires you to get out requires you to get outside of your comfort zone. When you can learn to value being uncomfortable and seek it out as a necessary part of your growth process, you will open yourself up to the opportunity to create so much more success and happiness in your life. Okay, so I have remaining still six. Have an attitude of gratitude. I like this value. Gratitude is such a transformational emotions that can change your life if practiced regularly. Life can be tough at times, so hard, and it's very easy to fall victim to the negativity surrounding us. But just like happiness is a choice, so it's choosing to be grateful rather than focusing on all the negative, right? Make gratitude a central value in your life, and you will unquestionably enjoy more happiness and success. As simple as that. So we move on. Number 16. Forgive quickly. So this is just essay. Not to continue to harp on the time thing, but is but it is what really is relevant when it comes to what forgiveness. Whenever we hold on things on to things, they act like weights that weight us down. They also take up mental and what emotional space within us, which prevents us from using those resources to better live our lives. Remember, forgiveness is for you, not the person you are forgiving. I would like to repeat that. Forgiveness is for you, not the person you are forgiving. When you forgive someone, it's like taking off a heavy weight vests you've been wearing long past the time you've work finished. Free yourself from the weight by, learning to forgive quickly, and you'll free yourself again, free yourself up for more happiness and success in your life. I'm on my way. Sorry. Be authentic. We are, we are relational beings, right? There's no disputing that. A huge part of living a happy, successful life is being in meaningful relationship. So to create relationship that thrive, you must learn to be, authentic, or the true version of you, who you are, in a world dominated by social media and one where there's a ton of societal pressure to look, act, and feel in certain ways. So it can be very easy to lose yourself. So be mindful of that. To truly be happy and achieve success that is important to you, you must know how to show up authentically in your life. Focus on connecting with who you are from a value perspective and what you hold, to be most important, and show up in that way every day. Be authentic. So for my number 18, values that I would like you to be, uh, remember at this point in time is what? This is the old, saying, honesty is the best policy. Honesty may be one of the most overlooked values in life, actually. It may be the oldest cliche of all time, but it's still true. Honesty really is the best policy. Just think about that. Think about it. Do you want to spend your time with people who are honest or dishonest? It's a no brainer. If you want to live a life filled with an abundance of happiness and success, honesty must be something you value greatly in your life. Honesty is the best policy. Still, respect yourself. That's for our number 19. Depreciation, rather, and personal abuse are common in our society nowadays. In fact, I believe that most people treat others better than they treat themselves. Come to think of it. But if you want to live a life of happiness and success, um, that has not changed. That has not to change. Whether it's learning to speak to yourself more lovingly, taking better care of your body, or raising your friendship, or raising your, intimate relationship standards, learning to respect yourself is, key to living a great life. And finally, I'm on my number 20. So I won my battle over my golden voice. Find your purpose. I'm a firm believer that we are all put on this earth for a reason, and that we are each uniquely equipped to create an impact in ways on only we can do. But most people aren't living lives of purpose. In fact, because most people are, chasing some generic definition of success. Most people are unhappy. As I have said, generic definition of success. This is evident in recent research that shows that, see, 85% of people don't like their jobs. That is a sad reality of the world we live in. Although your career is not the only piece of your purpose, it is a large portion of it. Remember that. So if living a life of happiness and success is important to you, then connecting with your true purpose is one of the most important values, or one of the most important value in life that you should have. That's the last, I think. What is your purpose? I'm asking you now, what is your purpose? Okay. See, I have your question. We all have the free will to choose what values in life are most important to you. As I have said, we all have the free will to choose what kind of values you want, or you want to possess for us succeed in life. As I have said, choose a path. What matters most is that we learn from our previous mistakes, we move forward for a better future, and prepare for our active life. For that, thank you very much for listening. World, thank you very much. IGP, thank you very much. Sir Koshik Data, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for sharing your valuable and very informative presentation to our uh, participants and who watching this live, different nation, different time zones. So thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's welcome our next second speaker. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Welcome, ma'am.
Again, thank you very much for allowing me to join your group.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, please share your screen, please. Yes. Ma'am, make it full screen, please. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
You can start it. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, good evening. So, hello, guys. My name is Wanali Lakal, but some of my friends hard to express or hard to say my name. So you can call me Lynn. I am Lynn Lakhal. I am from the Philippines. I graduated as a BS Accountancy from Santo Rosario Sapang Palay College and also finished my Master's in Business Administration at Metro Manila College. And also, right now, I am taking up my doctor's degree in business administration or the DBA. So, I am very honored to be in front of you right now because this is my first time to be in front of an international audience or listener. And I am very honored to be with you tonight. So, good evening to each and every one of us. And I'm hoping that all of us are ready to listen and open for the new ideas and learnings. So, the topic that I'm going to discuss tonight is a common topic and also a common word for us, of course. But we need to understand how we can adapt or use this in our daily activities. So, before we start, uh, also I am also a traveler, and one of my hobbies are traveling different places, and I hope one day I can visit one of your beautiful places. Okay, so the topic are valued alignment, motivations, and organizational dynamics. Okay, and I'm going to discuss right now is the motivation. So how important this word in our daily routine, in our studies, in our professions, in our plans, in our goals, in our family, and our future. So, in planning our future, of course, we need to find which direction we are going. So, of course, sometimes we have plans, goals in life, but we do not know how we can go or how we reach that goals. So, like for example, you want to go to a particular place. So, for example, like me, I love traveling in different places. So, how can I go to that place where this is my first time to visit the place? Of course, we go there to by using maps. Okay, uh, so what are we going to do now is to find a direction by using a map or ask someone who is already familiar with the place. So by doing that, we need to ask first ourselves, where are we? So before we're going getting some directions, we need to find ourselves, where are we right now? So what keep us moving and what makes us decide to continue and pursue what we want to be? So we have a direction to follow and lead us to what we want to be or what we want to have. Of course, by this means, we usually use a map to guide directions and to lead us with the right path. Of course, our values will help us identify where we are right now. So previously, our previous speaker discussed our values. Okay, so by that means we can identify now where we are right now. Okay, values are broad motivations that can serve as the basis for goals. We also propose that values can be used to understand the motivational basis of amity goal orientations. It is also a pro-social orientations within achievement situations. Meaning, in setting our goals, we see to it that our goal is achievable. So of course, when we say uh, um achievable goals, we see to it that in making our goals, we need to work hard to finish or to get that goals. Okay, so these are the values that we can serve as the basis for the goals. So there are five things I value the most. So right now, so do what keeps us moving. So that is we value also the motivations, and then of course we look forward for what directions we're going to go based on the goal that we need to finish, or the path or the directions or the some directions that we want to go through in our life. So what is the motivations? So motivation is a drive to achieve your goals or need. So it is influenced by how much do you want the goal, what you will gain, your personal expectations. So by doing so, let us first have some activities. So after identifying our values, motivations, and goals, and before we keep moving, so each one of us try to make a note or just write down on your notes at least five things that you value the most. So either it is personal, professional, or family. Because these things that you value the most is somehow affects your motivations in life. So motivations is the most important because of it provides you goals to work towards. So again here, let us give some examples for what is motivation. So for example, so what is your goal? So your goal is to have a better life. Okay, so how much do you want that goal? Of course, to have a better job. And then what will you gain? So when you have a better job, you will gain a good compensation. Is it right? Of course. And then what is your personal expectations? Of course, your personal expectations to have a better job and to have a good compensations is you have setting your goal and need to be ready and for the outcome, and it can be done based on how motivated you are to meet that particular goal. Of course, that motivation depends on how it affects that person. Okay, and that motivation isn't a resource. It's a response or stimuli that response differ from person to person. Of course, different stimuli triggers different parts of the brain and motivate people towards productivity in different ways. Of course, motivation is very important because it provides you with goals to work towards. Okay, so become more focused on one goal to move forward to achieve your goal. Next is help you solve your problems. So if you're not motivated to solve the problem, you cannot find the solution, of course, and then help you change old habits. So sometimes motivator helps a person to change for a better and for to become more positive in life, of course, and help you cope with challenges and opportunities. So, if you are motivated, you can easily understand and accept the situations and find positive reactions or solutions. So, let us be more motivated and getting motivated. So, how can you do it? So, how can you get being motivated? Okay, so number one, set yourself one specific achievable goals. Okay, so when we say set one specific achievable goals, so you need to find or you need to identify more specific and realistic goals so we are positive to achieve that goal. So meaning, if you want to have a specific goal, you need to work for it and you need to make sure that that goal is achievable and that goal is more unrealistic, meaning you know to yourself that you can do it, you can go to the finish line from your goals. Okay, so the next one is think about to include the goal in your life, what you need to do to make it happen, and then put a time frame on it. Okay, so such a week, it depends on your goal. Maybe you can get it in a week, in a month, or in a year. So it depends how broad your goal or how specific your goal in life is. Okay, so it we get motivated, it becomes an habit and become a priority by putting a time frame and to meet that specific goal or to achieve that specific uh, goal in life. Okay, number three, break your goal into small, easy tasks and set regular reminders. So, for example, you have a bigger goal. Like for example, if you are a student right now, and then your goal is to have a better job, of course you can put that goal into small, or you can slice that goal into pieces. Since you are a student right now, what you can do is to study harder. Make sure to your goal is to finish your studies. Even there's an obstacle, make sure that you can finish your studies, because along the way you can find it very easy to do it since you are motivated by your goal. So and then so that is the easy task, and set a regular reminder. So always remind yourself, I need to finish my studies. I need to have a better job. I need to have or to get a good compensation. And then after that, I need to have a good compensation to help my family. Or I need to have or to get a bigger compensation, of course, to my personal expenses or my personal needs. So that's how we are going to break our goals into small pieces. Okay, number four, use your family and friends as support. Tell them about your goals and encourage them to help keep you motivated. Of course, the most important person in our life is our family, isn't it? Of course, what we are going to do, or what the reason why we work hard every day, we have focus on every day, we have studies every day, is for us to feel better and to make our families proud for us. Okay, so family are the common reason why we have a goal in life. Of course, if you're students, you need to focus on your studies because your parents work hard for your studies. So what is your motivation? or and who motivated you to start to continue your studies? Of course, your parents, because you see their hard work for your studies. Okay, so and also we need also to share them our plans, encourage them to motivate us by giving us support. Either either the support came from moral, physical, or monetary support. Since you are students right now, the most important support that you need from your parents or from your family is, of course, the monetary support. So that are the four things that give us being motivated. So most people struggle with motivations, but it is even more challenging if you have mental issues such as depression or anxieties. So if we have depressions or anxieties, we can't focus on the goal of our life or goal in our life because we have something to attend to. We have something to, if you have anxiety, where that anxiety came from, because you are not focused. You are so much thing to think in your life. So that's why you need to be more focused so that you can achieve every single goals or single plans that you're going to do. Okay, so some people face this type of challenges because of higher expectations from inside and outside and not getting right motivator for the particular goals. So for example, so that is your goal, finish your studies, and that the person surrounds you is more focused on other things. So how can they motivate you if you are the only person who wants to finish your studies and the person surrounds you is didn't give you it didn't motivate you to do your studies very well. Okay, so that's the time that sometimes some students get anxiety or more or less some into a depression situations, of course, because there are some expectations that they can't give to their parents or to the person surrounding them. Okay, so ways to keep on track is to make plan and reach our goal. So make your goal part of your routine by using a diary or application for reminders. So meaning, make your goal part of your routine. So what do you mean by this? So you need to be more focused and think every day. You need to think every day that you have a goal, you have a plans, and you have a directions. You need to focus on that directions. You need to focus where path or where directions you're going to um go in order to get your or to reach your goals. Okay, so make your goals part of your routine by using a diary or apps for reminders. So nowadays, there are lots of apps in our cell phones to help us also keep us reminding. Of course, sometimes there is an application in cell phones that maybe it is an alarm clock. So daily, you can make your alarm clock ring for you, and you have a notification that I need to finish my studies. The following day, your cell phone again alarm, I need to finish my studies. So that means even your single unit of cell phones is your motivator. Okay, so that makes your goal part of your routine. And then next, we have the positive self-talk is important and effective in managing depression or anxiety. So instead of saying I can't, say I can try. So also positive ideas and personalities around us help us to be more motivated. So we need to talk to person with positive perspective in life rather than negative behavior. So also we need to here and to cheer us that we can do it rather than we can't do it. So we need to be more positive, even in ourselves. You can talk to yourself. Sometimes you have lack of motivations, and then you said, "Can I finish my studies or not?" But you need to be more of a positive side. So every day you need to say to yourself, "I need to finish my studies. I can do it. I can finish my studies. I can get a good job. I can get a better compensation. I can help my family." So that is your motivation. And then next, mindfulness helps keep you relaxed and focused. Okay, so attentive in every situation make us relaxed and be focused. So meaning, if we are relaxed and we are focused, so we have a one side direction. So what do you mean by that? So like a horse. Have you seen a horse? They have a what we call this, a something that they in their eyes that they need to be more focused on only one direction. So that is, in that way, the horse is more relaxed and more focused. Only one directions they can see. Okay, so next is start class or join a support group. Support groups can be as effective as professional help. Okay, always find the support group because no man is an island. As we know that no man is an island. So every one of us, even we are rich, even we are that intelligent or brilliant person, we still need a support group and to be also give us a professional help in that way. Then support each other in any form that we need from us. Or like for example, you are very intelligent. You have your classmates need your help. So vice versa. So your classmates can help you motivate by saying that you can do it. And of course, you yourself, you can also motivate your classmate. We can do it. We can finish our studies. Even it is hard, and it is harder for, if for example, we have a monetary problem, it is harder. Even you are intelligent person, but your lack of monetary, it is still harder for you to finish your studies because you know nowadays the most important one of the most important is we have to pay our education, of course. And sometimes previously education is really a need, but nowadays education is just a want. Why want and why need? Because need, meaning every family really strive to put their kids into to finish studies. But now, because of the expensive education, because of expensive things that the students use or needs, some parents did not put their students, their kids into college student studies. So uh, you right now, you're listening right now, is the you are much blessed than others because you are now right here in front of me listening in our discussion. You have a good family. You have a supportive family, even though some of you is not that enough. You have not enough monetary to to spend for your education, but still you are here listening, uh, accepting some ideas, or uh, have plans for your future. So you need to be more focused. And so that is some of the support group that you can get. Okay, so that is by means of motivation. So one group or another just give you some professional helps and motivate you to do what is your task and goal in life. Okay, and reward yourself when you have completed a steps or a goal. So reward is the best thing we can give to ourselves after every steps forwarded towards our goal. So sometimes having a coffee with a friend, or having a tea with your coworkers, or having a one-day vacation for yourself is just a good start for you to complete your goal, because afterwards, after your vacation, after a sip of coffee, after talking to your friends, so you have also another refreshing ideas and a refreshing day ahead of you. Okay, so you need to have also a goal, a desire, and objective for ways to keep you on track. Okay, so what are the ways to stay motivated? So of course, every goals, every plans, every challenges, we need to have and to we need to stay motivated. Okay, what are those ways to stay motivated? Okay, number one, we have regularly review our goals and progress. Of course, we need to check regularly where you are. So if you are setting your goals and you need to stay motivated, you need to check yourself. How long have you done in order for you to reach your goal? Okay, and focus on your goals and check if how long have you already done to reach the finish line. Okay, so focus on your goals. Then next, you have to continue to set the new goals. So seeing progress is a great motivator in itself and also improve your self-esteem. So while continue to set new goals, think about what you can to achieve next week, next month, next year. So you need to tackle one goal at a time so you don't feel overwhelmed. So don't stop in one goal. So make sure that every week, or maybe sometimes every day. So what is your goal for today? So your goal for today is to finish this discussion, or to finish this webinar. Okay, so don't make sure, but make sure to do it one at a time. So maybe sometimes you want to finish the webinar, but then you have a work to do. So you need to set a goal for a particular day in order for you to be more focused and motivated. Okay, next is when you're motivated and you are continues to go on your goal, you need to keep the momentum up. Of course, when your momentum is up and your energy is high, so you need to continuous burning and uh, continue the directions, or continue the run for the finish line of your goals. And you will realize that one day it will become a routine. Okay? So it takes up 3 months to develop a new habit. So keeping the momentum and routine help it feel more automatic over time. Okay, so while having stays motivated, sometimes we need also to find a mentor. Okay, so A mentor is someone who is experienced in the habit you want to change, or finding social or support group with the same interest can help you in your way. Okay, so is it a task? Is it not easy task, but very useful and rewarding if you can find one who share same outlook in life as you. So you need to improve, develop, training, motivate, coaching, and inspired. So these are the behavior of a good mentor. So you need to improve your plans, develop your mindset, of course, give you training, motivate you to continue coaching by sharing same experience and the positive impact, and inspire you by sharing herself as an example. So if you get a mentor, you need to find that that mentor is your inspiration, so that you can be motivated and you can develop and improve whatever plans or goals you're going through. Okay, the next one is surround your people with surround yourself with positive people. Of course, positive friends and families enhance your positive self-talk, which also helps to manage symptoms of depression and anxiety. So talking to a positive people will help you to be more positive even in your darkest time. Of course, even if you're find harder to finish your college, even if you're find harder to take the exams, but one talk to your parents, or one conversations, or one hour talking to your friends, it really helps a lot for you. Okay, so next is make an exercise. So of course, each one of us do an exercise, not every day, sometimes twice a week, thrice a week, or it depends on how energetic we're going to, or how athletic are we. So doing exercise can help you become more focused, aside from having a healthy body and mind, because you need a healthy mind to drive on the directions going to your goal. So, okay. So, what to do if you lose motivated? Because sometimes, even if you have a mentor, even if you have a ways on how to be motivated, even there's ways to be motivated, there are times that we lose our motivations. So, what are we going to do if we lose our motivations? So, again, we need to review our goals and see if they are realistic in the time frame you have set. Okay, again, just what I've said earlier, every goals that you set for yourself, make sure that it is realistic and achievable, so that you can do it, and you have a positive mind to get that goal. And of course, you need to set your time frame until when you need to get that goals for yourself or for your family. Next, remember why you wanted to get motivated or reach that goal in the first place. Of course, remember what is the reason why you need to reach that goal in the first place. Of course, sometimes you need to find achieving your goal for yourself, or being motivated for your family. Okay, so take motivations from others. So feel inspired by reading a book, talking to your mentor, or friends, or family, who are reach similar goals to the ones you have set. Meaning, you can talk to your mentor with the same goals that you want to reach, and also to the family who reach the similar goals as what you want to get. Okay? Next, sometimes you just need to take a break and start afresh. Meaning, okay, so you need to review your goals and see if they are realistic in the time frame you have set. You may need to take a break your goal and down farther into smaller and more achievable goals. So sometimes you see that your goals you see to yourself that can I reach that goal? Can I reach that goal that I set for myself? Maybe sometimes we found out along the way that that goal is unreachable or unachievable. So we need to be more focused and down and cut into pieces that goal in order for us to reach and achieve it one at a time. Okay, so remember why you wanted to get motivated or reach that goal in the first place is always remember the reason why you set your goal in the first place. So, okay, so next is what are good motivation values? So, what are the motivations values? So, we have we will have the right directions towards our goals. So, where we go? So, we need to have influence, having an impact or effect on the attitude or opinion of others. Then, integrity, acting in accord with moral and ethical standards, honesty, sincerity, truth towards, and trustworthiness. Justice, of course, be fair, be equal in doing the right things. And then knowledge, the pursuit of understanding, skills, and expertise, continue in learning. Okay, so sometimes research suggests that humans are motivated by autonomy, mastery, and purpose. So people want to control their actions, receive recognitions for what they have done, learn new things, and feel what they are doing matters for themselves. Okay? And of course, we need to have some influence, we have some integrity, we need to seek justice, and of course, we need to have a knowledge to do the motivations and to reach that goals in our life. Okay, so there are some motivational quotes that are going to give you right now. So a highly developed value system is like a compass. It serves as a guide to point you in the right directions when you are lost. So, and then the other one is the key to success is to focus on goals and not obstacles. So now motivations reflect something unique about each one of us and allow us to gain valued outcome or results like improved performance, enhanced well-being, personal growth, or a sense of purpose. Motivation is also a path to change our ways of thinking, feeling, and behaving. So, get motivated, stay motivated, and be motivated every day of our life. Because if the plan doesn't work, change the plan, but never the goals. And also, never stop learning because life never stop teaching. Okay, so for that, that's the end of my discussions for today. I hope you learned something from me, and thank you very much for this opportunity to be in front of you guys. And thank you for the IGP for the opportunity that they've given me. And I hope to see you again some other time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable presentation with our participants. And I hope every points you put in your presentation, our participants get benefited from that. So thank you once again.
Thank you.
After this, after our quiz competition session, we'll come back with our two of you, our honorable speakers, in our Q&A session. So till then, you have to wait.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. My dear lovely participants, and thank you so much for staying with us still now. And now it's time for our quiz competition. Within minutes, we'll start our quiz competition session. Welcome once again to our quiz competition session. My dear lovely participants, you can see the joining link in our comment section. So go to the link and click it, and you can see the code flash on our screen. And the code is IGP quiz. In the meantime, let me remind you, don't forget to share this webinar with your friends, with your family, and please mention in our comment box. We expect that you all are getting a little bit benefited in personal and professional life, and we wish that you all are remaining with us in long journey. My dear lovely participants, please join us soon. You can see the joining link in our quiz competition session on our comment box, and you can also see the code flash on our screen. And the code is IGP quiz QUIZ. We We have 10 participants here. I can see Caramella following Jameline, Lee Fakaluna, Alex Xavier, Divine, Evelyn, Kiefer, Joel, Mary, Alex Xavier. Let me remind you, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friends in the comment box because your attachment encourage us to do better and best service to give. We believe that knowledge increase by sharing. So please share with your friends, tag them, mention them. My dear lovely participants, you can see the joining link in our comment box. And you can also see the code flash on our screen. And the code is IGP quiz. My dear lovely participants, we'll start our quiz competition within a minute. So, first join with us. You can see the joining link in our comment section. So, click the joining link and join with us. Let's start the program. Our first question: to know the worth or value of material is evaluation or knowledge. And the correct answer is evaluation. 65% gave the right answer. Congratulations, all of you who gave the right answer. Let's see your leaderboard. Okay, Gemma Beneleda, she's on first position on our leaderboard. Let's go for next question. The process of determining the value or worth of anything is measurement or evaluation. Let's see your answer. And the correct answer is evaluation. 41% gave the right answer. Crizella is on first position on our leaderboard. Let's go for third question. Which of the following is true for activities in an alignment grid? How will the content be delivered or how will learning be assessed? Go for your answer. Okay, the correct answer is how will the content be delivered? 22% gave the right answer. Let's see our leaderboard. We have Divine on first position on our leaderboard. On second position, Alex. Third position, Crizel, following Mean and Kefir. Let's go for fourth question. In a study of professors and motivations to teach, an important motivation for professors to provide good teaching was enjoyment or promotion. Okay, we see the correct answer is enjoyment. 56% gave the right answer. Let's see our leaderboard. Okay, Divine is on first position once again on our leaderboard. Let's go for fifth question. What note value is this? Whole note or half note? And the correct answer is whole note. 88% gave the right answer. Congratulations. Who gave the right answer? Let's go for our leaderboard. Okay, once again, Divine is on first position on our leaderboard, following Alex Xavier on second position, third position Crizel, following Kiefer on fourth, and Emily on fifth position. Let's go for our sixth question. What is the OptiDrill value statement? Improve bore hole quality or texture? The correct answer is 94% gave the correct answer. Improve bore hole quality. Congratulations. That's your leaderboard. Okay, Divine is on first position on our leaderboard. Let's go for next question. Define social dynamics, ability of individuals to work together or drive and support anti-deployments. Correct answer is ability of individuals to work together. 94% give the right answer. Let's see leaderboard. Okay, Divine once again in first position on our leaderboard. Our eighth question. Organizational behavior is the study of individual behavior and group dynamics in organization. Is it true or false? And the correct answer is true. 89% gave the right answer. We got again Divine on first position in our leaderboard. Let's go for next question and see who's gonna win the first position. Organizational behavior has grown out of contributions of all of the following except entertainment and psychology. And the correct answer is entertainment. 81% give the right answer. Congratulations. Okay, Alex Xavier is on first position on our leaderboard, following Kiefer, second position. On third position, you can see Divine, following Chrisil on fourth position, and the fifth Mean Kid. Let's see our last question. Management theory on understanding employee motivation, conflict, expectations, group dynamics. Behavioral management theory or contingency theory of management. And the correct answer is behavioral management theory. 93% gave the right answer. Congratulations, Kiefer. She's on first position on leaderboard. Let's see our top 10 winners. Okay, congratulations, our top 10 winners. We can see Kiefer on first position, second position, Divine on third position, Alex Xavier. We can see Crisil on fourth position, Mean on fifth position, Emily on sixth, Dennis on seventh position, Evelyn on eighth position, ninth position, Stan Alex, and the 10th position, Caramella. Congratulations to our top 10 participants. Once again, congratulations all of you who win in our and listed in our top 10s. My dear lovely participants, you'll get your certificate after our program and on our Facebook page. So till then, stay with us because after this session, we'll go for our Q&A session with our honorable speaker where you can ask your question based on our today's program, and also please mention their name. Welcome once again to all of our participants in our Q&A session. Welcome, ma'am.
Welcome. You're welcome to.
Thank you so much for waiting and stay with us for our quiz competition ending. Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, this is our Q&A session. Our participants, our lovely participants, ask their desirable question based on our topic on our comment section, and we'll pick from them. So we are waiting for our participants' question.
How old are you, mom? It's Mom Nasreen. How old are you, Mom Nasreen?
Oh, I'm 25 years.
No,
Oh,
too young.
very
Long
young,
way.
yeah. Very young. Long way to go.
My dear lovely participants, we are waiting for your question. Please ask your question and also mention our speaker's name on your question in our comment box. Ma'am Jocelyn, how are you feeling now?
Just fine. I can still talk. I can still join with you till the end.
I was wondering you'll be able to talk in our Q session or not.
I just drink warm water.
And it's healthy for throat.
Yeah.
Okay, we have our first question. Question from, I can see the name as a Facebook user. Why there are lots of people in this world never walk their talk or never practice what they preach? What is your opinion regarding this? The person didn't mention our speaker name, so I hope this question is for our both of speaker. So who would you like to go first?
Okay. Actually, that's the sad truth of knowing that people never uh, walk what they are supposed to preach. And then your question it. What is your opinion regarding this? Sometimes, most of the time, people are weighing their things out, let's say in politics, if they're in the if they are in the same uh, ground, I mean they are in the same boat, whether they you know they want to be in their own values because of the power from the who is running in the, let's say, running in the same boat. Let's say if they are not in the power, if they have the values, somehow the values weakens, and sometimes they forget their ego to ask their super ego what is right and what is wrong. Somehow the values that we are supposed to be with us are the values coming from home. The values, always remember that is taught at home. So sometimes like in our conscience, sometimes it weakens. It's because of our own, you know our own vision. Remember, as my talk a while ago, that we should be what? Be concise, be reminded of, be mindful of our values. Let us strengthen our values always. And let us, at the end of the day, we are consolidating our positions, our dispositions, our vision, our mission to one and only, to our God. So sometimes they, like in the question, they're not, you know do what is supposed to do. It's because they choose to be not to do the thing. But remember, if you value your personality or being a person, you should be what? Always mindful of what is right and what is wrong. So remember that I'd always say, I am always what? Reiterating this fact that, strengthen your value always. Look at the brighter side, that at the end of the day, you are supposed to consolidate what is your work to your God. That's it.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Ma'am, Juana, do you want to say?
Well, when you say that walk their talk, this is really the sad reality in our community right now, because some of the some of the people, or some persons really have a good words to say to others, or they have uh, so many things that they have advised or positively advised to other people, but the sad reality is they did not take it into action for themselves, or they did not do it on themselves. So that's why uh, this never walk their talk is really, we need as a person, as a professor, maybe like us, as an educator, we need to put our words into action so that our students will be inspired in every things that we teach to them. So we need to have, having say by activities, doing it yourself first before you can teach to your students. So by means of, it is by means of setting us an example. Because if you put it into actions, it is easy for them to it's easy for them uh, to be more to accept, easy for the students to accept what we are teaching them. So practice what you teach. That's all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We have our next question, and the question is from Christine. As an educator, what can you do to motivate students who have family issues?
Okay. Family issues given in in a family, we cannot hide or we cannot control possibilities, situations, and issues. One, we should what? As an educator, acceptance is one. That reality is along in the family. Acceptance and uh, realizations of analyzing what are the factors that the family needs to improve or needs to evaluate for them for the next, if ever they have the family, they will not do the same. Of course, as a values teacher, we always consider the sanctity of still of marriage, the impact of, well, the family, because family is the basic unit, of all the values that we are supposed to learn, no? Okay, so as an educator, one, I motivate them to accept the reality, evaluate, assist, and then after that, think of the possibilities, be optimistic, forget the negativities that happened in the family, start a new life, and find their own ways and means to have soon a better family.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am Monali?
So maybe as an educator, we need to see to it, and we need to be more attached with the students in order for us to see what is the reality of the situation in their family, so that we can know, as an educator, we can know how to handle their situations when times that they need our help, in order for them to face what is really what is happening in their family. So we need to be more attached with these students.
Thank you, ma'am. We have our last question from Evelyn Vateri. Good evening to both speakers. Any suggestions how to deal student with behavioral problems? Thank you.
Good evening, Mom Evelyn. Your question is really timely for this COVID. We have so many students who happens to experience behavioral problems. Okay, so what are the suggestions? One is, if we have experiencing this kind of problems in the family or in our students, one, we need a medical assistance or evaluations from an expert. That's one, because behavioral problems or behavioral issues in the family or in the school is a no joke. It's not a joke anymore. It's just like a physical illness that happens in the family. So mm, uh, behavioral problems needs what? Attention, proper attention. And those behavioral problems um happens to be somehow it runs in the blood or runs in the genes. So somehow we need to ask the medical experts on this, or a psychologist or a psychiatrist, to handle this kind of problems, or at least we need help to identify what type and what kind of behavioral problems are they encountering, so that we can address, and how are we going to assess and treat them in a way. So we need to have a consultation on this, Mom.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am Monali?
Okay, behavioral problems is very realistic nowadays because of our situation right now. But we need to seek the root cause of the behavioral problems of the students in order for us to know how to handle the situation. Because every students have a different behavioral problem, so that we need to find out what is really the root cause of their problems.
Thank you so much. And we pick our last question from Nilima. What are do's and don'ts to keep the mind of surrounded people positive toward us?
Thank you, Ma'am Ni. Lima. Okay. So what are the do's and don'ts to keep the mind of surrounded people positive towards us? Do's in the sense, you as an individual, as I have said in my topic, that as we grow older, we need to seek people who are, can help us, and then can give us what happiness, can give us future, can give us positive outlook in life. Those are the things that we need to consider for the those that the positive people that surrounds us. Let us not deal with people who turn us down, and then they look at us as we don't have I mean capabilities of doing something, or the person who is what limiting us for the things that we are supposed to develop. Those are the people that we don't want to be in our side for us to be happy and for us to become successful. Those people who are treating us with what the positive minds are people who, see our worth and our capabilities of doing something. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am Monali.
Okay, so thank you. So maybe we need to find out what surrounded people's positive thinking about us. So we need to identify who have a positive oriented person. And also, we need to identify also and be mindful of the person who always say negative to other person, because maybe sometimes that negative talk that they give us also same things that they do at our back. So be mindful in every situations and every person that we handle in our daily activities. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, both of you, and sharing your answer with our participants. And we are very honored to have both of you here. Thank you
Thank
once
you very
again.
much,
Thank
ma'am.
you very much, ma'am. It's our pleasure.
It's nice to see you also, Ma'am Nasreen.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Have a good day.
Have a good day
Yes, thank
also,
you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you.
My dear lovely participants, today's our program name is Value Alignment, Motivation and Organizational Dynamics, and the code is IGP2931. Once again, I repeat it, IGP2931. Without code, no one is eligible for certificates. With code, you can claim your certificates anytime. Without an account on our website, you can visit to visit our website. You have to go to our website address. Our website address is www.igpedu.com. I repeat, eduigp.com. Our website address is www.eduigp.com. So don't forget to share your happiness, and don't forget to claim your certificates. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Have a good day to all of you.